Today I am in Cabo Rojo, Dominican Republic. This is known as the newest cruise destination in the Caribbean. Cabo Rojo started welcoming ships in early 2024, so now it's nearly the end of 2024 and only a handful of ships have visited here. So let's check out the port complex. So it was super windy that day that I visited Cabo Rojo, so I'm going to tell you about the port from here, back on board, back in my cabin, but I will show you around out there what I had to explore. So as soon as you come off the ship, when you get to the end of the pier, on the left-hand side, there's a big long pavilion. That's where the tours meet. So look up at the top, that's where you'll see the signs with all the names of the shore excursions. They're gonna meet right there, so into the pier, in the pavilion, check for the signs at the top. Right across from that, there is a green building with a sign that says Last Minute Tours. So if you get out there, you decide you do want to go on a shore excursion, you can just head for that building. That's where if they have any space available, they can book you on that tour. Those tours are the same as the tours that are sold on the ship. Okay, so not independent tours. There's actually not a lot of independent tour operators there in Cabo Rojo, at least not right now, since they are just getting started. So they're going to be the same tours as what you had available to book on board. But if you didn't book one, if you forgot, or just you're out there, you decide you want to book one, head to that green building. They can book you on it there. I would also think of that as kind of the visitor information. There's no visitor information booth that I saw in Cabo Rojo, but those folks there at the tour booth would be able to answer some questions for you. Then you get to the first bar on the property. Then a bit beyond that, you'll see the big sign. So that's the sign of the Cabo Rojo port complex. Just like in every other port, I snap a picture of that on my phone. I'm then able to use that as I go through the port, able to know what it is that I am checking out from there. On that sign, that's where they outline all of the different neighborhoods. So there's this essentially themed areas of the port. A little bit beyond that, if you go to the left, you have this kind of funhouse type environment. There's a street where, actually even after walking it, I can't tell if the street is going uphill or if it's level and just all of the buildings are slanted. Right now, there's not a lot in there. It's just this unique street that you walk through. Maybe those are all going to be storefronts or other experiences in time. Right now, like I said, just kind of this funhouse type environment. And they have a few different optical illusion photo stops. So they've got the little camera icon so you can see where those photo opportunities are. From there, then you go into this Carnival type neighborhood. They've got a mechanical bull, a carousel, a Ferris wheel. All of those, at least during my visit in late 2024, they were free to ride. You just show up, you can go for a ride on the Ferris wheel or a ride on the carousel. There were not a lot of people around the day that I did it. I was also out there a bit late in our visit, so maybe earlier there was more demand, but you can just use those, ride around all you want out there in the port. As you keep going back through the port, you've got the pool resort type area on one side and then storefronts on the other side. Now a lot of those storefronts, at least right now, are empty. I will expect them to fill up as the years go on, as more and more ships start to visit Cabo Rojo. But right now they were empty, and the stores that were open, mainly just souvenirs, a few t-shirts, magnets, that type of thing. And pretty much all the stores had the same thing as you went. So you would see the same thing in the stores that were open. Again, I would expect that will change in time. So as you're walking back through the port, those storefronts are on the left. Then on the right, there is the pool area. So there is a lazy river where you get the inner tube and float around. And then there's a few different swimming areas and a bunch of different seating. Everything from hammocks that are over the water to these little huts essentially in the water where you wade out to it, and then there's a platform where you can just sit and enjoy this little cabana that's in the water. They have traditional chairs, they have lounge chairs, there's some restaurants there, restaurants with traditional seating, restaurants with seating that's also in the water. So a really big area, a lot larger than I had expected it to be. So a big area to explore and get to enjoy the pool. On the far side, I was told by some guests that the far side is where the ocean is. So again, you're walking back through the port, you've got the pool area on your right, keep going to your right. There were some ladders down into the ocean. So there's no beach area right there, but you could climb down into the ocean, go for a swim, I knew some people that had snorkel gear with them as well. They said they saw marine life swimming around just right there next to that pool area. Now, back to the side where the storefronts were, on the left, as you're walking back through the port, there was also an opening in those buildings with a walkway further to the left and a sign that says taxis and shuttles. The closest town to the port is Pedernales, so when I was there, there was a free shuttle that would take guests to that town. I was then told by a colleague who went a few weeks after I was there that there was no more free shuttle. I think the taxi was $30 one way for up to 4 people in your car. So you can check there, see if they have a free shuttle. They might, maybe they're charging for it, maybe there's just taxis. Seems to kind of just depend on when you visit. Obviously this too will change over time. You'll see the buses here as well, everything from large buses to kind of mini buses, all air conditioned, so if you're on a tour, this is also the transportation that you'll use. Now the town of Pedernales, that is the closest town to Cabo Rojo. This is very much a small town. It's a border town between the Dominican Republic and Haiti, so it's pretty close to the Haitian border, but again, very, very small town. So if you want to look at authentic small town Dominican life, this is a great opportunity to do so. The nearest major airport is about 4.5 hours away. So not a lot of people travel to this part of the Dominican Republic. So if you still want that look at the non-tourist world, this could be a good chance for you to go check it out. But just know that that's exactly what it is. This isn't a place that a lot of people come, so this isn't going to be your St. Martin, your St. Thomas, your St. Kitts that you're going to find all over the Caribbean. This is still small town island life, so a great chance to check that out. Also in that parking lot where those buses were, they have some of the clear boats. Many people have heard of glass bottom boats. Here, it's not just the bottom that's glass, the whole boat is transparent. So these are the boats that are used on some shore excursions to take you out to remote beaches. Some of those beaches are only accessed from the water. So again, very remote, not a place that a lot of people get to go experience. So it is a unique experience, especially to arrive there in this clear boat to enjoy the views as you approach, and then you're able to enjoy this unspoiled beach. Also there in the parking lot, they had what they call the donut boats. I had read about this shore excursion before I got there. It was actually canceled the day I was there due to the weather. But these are large inner tubes, essentially. It's a circle-shaped boat, and there's a grill in the middle. So there's an umbrella that goes over top of you, the grill in the middle, the boat captain comes with it, so someone drives you around, and then they also cook the food in the middle. I've heard mixed reviews from people that have done this before. In theory, it sounds really good to me, but then when you realize that someone else is driving it, so you don't really control where you go or even what the food is, it's just what comes standard. Plus, they were smaller than I expected. So make sure the people you choose to go in your donut boat with you are really good friends, because it is a pretty small space and you're all just sitting there waiting for your food to cook as you're out there in the water. So again, mixed reviews on that, but they do look pretty cool. Could be fun. At the back of the port complex. So keep going all the way to the back, just follow the road. At the back on the left, that's where you will find Baby Beach. Baby Beach is the beach club that is part of the port of Cabo Rojo, but available via a day pass via a shore excursion. So there is a fee to use this beach. With that fee, the lounge chairs then come included. I believe a limited open bar. Based on your wristband, you go up to the bar and then get drinks. But no, if you want access to that beach, it is for a fee. Okay, so there is a charge to use Baby Beach, but the location is so convenient. Within the port complex, at the back on the left. If you exit all the way out of the port and turn to the right, you can get access to the beach that is outside of the port, but it's just sand and water. So you just throw your towel down in the sand. There's no chair vendors, there's no food vendors or anything like that. Still unspoiled sand, water, just hop right in the ocean. If you want amenities, if you want facilities, you would be looking at Baby Beach there in Cabo Rojo. This area of Cabo Rojo, the main industry before tourism came around was bauxite mining. So you will still see in the distance some mining equipment. In fact, some of the port has a mining theme to it. Bauxite is used in making aluminum, so that was the big business. Now they're really trying to make it into a tourism hub with a cruise port, with a bunch of different resorts being built. So this is going to continue to change and evolve over time. When I was there, there were also free beers being passed out at a lot of the bars near the pools and in that Carnival area. Again, very subject to change. I can't imagine that will continue forever, but it might be something you want to look for when you go there. Then looping back through the port before getting back on board, there was also this Dune Buggy area where they have these 4x4 side-by-side vehicles that you could drive over this track with all different obstacles. They have like a rock scramble, big potholes that the car dips into, logs that you drive over. Just know, to drive these, you need to have closed-toed shoes and you need to have your driver's license, your actual physical driver's license. Can't be a picture of it. That's what I had, was a picture of it on my phone. They wouldn't let me do it. I had to run back to the ship, get my driver's license, come back, and then they let me sign up. So make sure you got closed-toed shoes and you've got your driver's license. This ride was also free. Again, I suspect that this will change in time, but when I was there, it was free to do. You just show up, show them your driver's license, sign the form, and then you may need to wait until it's your turn. But you get to go at least once through the track. We were there again later in the day, so I got to do it a couple times. Got to go around through these obstacles, a swinging bridge, so a really fun experience. You will notice the red dirt. That red dirt is all over this port, so expect some of that red dirt to come back with you. My closed-toed shoes were white. They're now red, so I don't recommend that. So just make sure you wear something out there that you don't mind getting dirty, getting a little red, because there is a lot of red dirt out there in Cabo Rojo. But overall, I really enjoyed this port. First of all, it's really fun to go someplace that a lot of people haven't gone yet. This is a brand new port. I've been to a lot of ports in the Caribbean, so it was fun to go check something else out. But I really like what they have developed in the port. Like I said, you could have a great day just staying there in the port. Take a book out with you, enjoy the pool, ride the Ferris wheel, do the dune buggies. If you want to hop in the ocean, you can, but you've also got the pools, the lazy river, all right there. And I heard great things about the tours as well, like out to those remote beaches in those clear boats, that it was just a beautiful slice of paradise. So I think you'll have a great time in Cabo Rojo. I hope this video helped you out, gave you a bit of info on what to expect, and I hope you enjoy your day in Cabo Rojo.